Give them a shout out and introduce them.
Oh my goodness. There's so many. I don't I don't even know where to start. Uh, let me see. I'm not sure who's on here, who's new, who you haven't heard about, but what I would like to do, and definitely, while I'm doing that, there are a few people. I think I saw three of them, but before I, introduce them, I want to definitely bring Michael Vora. If you could unmute and just say, I mean, it was just phenomenal yesterday, but if you could just say a few words so I can find a couple of these people, I would absolutely love that if you could unmute.
Yeah, absolutely, Elaine. Thank you. And David, thank you for this opportunity. I have to tell you, I was telling people yesterday, when we had that impromptu session, I haven't been this excited in years and years. And the reason being, when I talk to people, I see a lot of excitement. I've got a very, very good team, lots of leaders, Gary Butt. I have, Sataita, I have Saini, Rosalie out in Philippines, so on and so forth. Phenomenal people that are also excited, just as excited, if not more. And I welcome this opportunity because when we distribute this information, when we pass on this information to people, they're saying, hey, how is that possible? Just like you mentioned earlier, with $1 a day. And then we show them that flyer that Elaine made, the chart, and show them exactly how that is possible, just like in the presentation that you just went over. So as you mentioned, the numbers don't lie, no matter whether you're using a $2 calculator or a $500 million computer, the numbers are going to remain the same. So I'm here working every day, and I'm also here to challenge each and every person on this, along with their teams, to go out and not just get 3 or 4 people, but go out and get 20, like Michelle had recommended, and they will see their incomes rise exponentially. At the same time, they'll be able to bless a lot of people across the planet. Back to you, Lane.
Thank you so much. You know what? I appreciate that, Michael, and definitely your leadership. There is someone that I definitely want to call on this call, and I'm not putting you on the spot, but Miss Fredia, I just have to bring you out because Miss Fredia is in her mid 70s, and she was actually considering, and I think this is a beautiful story. She was actually considering quitting only because sometimes we invite people to these things and they just have all these preconceived notions where they don't want to do it. They've been burned before and nobody was listening, and she said it hurt her feelings, and that actually hurt my spirit. And then I was like, I'm not going to let you do this because I know you can do this. I refuse to listen to what you're saying, and I listened to her. But Miss Fredia, what happened when I told you I've only been here 6 weeks, so you can't quit on us because you can't do it. I knew you could do it. And what happened if you can unmute? Now you have a team. A week later, you developed a team after you had just said you were going to leave the building. And sometimes people, you need to give yourself a chance to win. We're all new to this right now, but look at where you'll be if you just stick around. Don't let other people determine your success. But Ms. Fredia, are you able to unmute?
Yes, I'm
Thank you.
here. Yes,
Awesome.
I
Just
am.
tell people what you feel about this and what made you stay and what you've experienced so far.
Well, if you just present information, it speaks for itself. And once I spoke to a couple of my people, they just said, where do I register? How do I register? And that was the end of a good game. And I started getting a team just like that.
Exactly. Now, do you see the difference between when you actually were considering quitting because people don't listen? And this is such an easy thing. But had you left, just look at the people that would not know about this because you left.
Amen. Yes, I'll have to say. I'm excited, very excited. And I can't wait to see more people being blessed by this.
Absolutely.
All right.
Go
All
ahead.
right. All right. Well, listen, just before we go to a couple other people from you, Elaine, there's a couple of people I want to reach out to. And many of you might have seen that Co-op Crowd launched a few years ago. And it did launch a few years ago. And we're getting ready to busted out in a huge way, and then the pandemic hit. So when the pandemic hit, I had to leave the Philippines because that's where we were going to launch in that side of the world. Because there's 6 billion people in that side of the world. And I already had a huge footprint over there in many of the countries over there. And then when the pandemic hit, I came back home. The business didn't stop, but I looked at the time that we had, and I actually made a video. I should show everybody at one point, which I will. And in that video, it's a short video. It's 1.5 minutes long. I said that times have changed, and that we are now entering the cooperative age, and that the job that you once had may or may not be available to you when this pandemic is over, and you need to prepare for something different. So I actually took that literal. And I decided, instead of just launching one project, I decided I was going to create an entire 5-year plan. And I did. And this is the culmination of that 5-year plan that you're seeing. You're seeing all of these things you're seeing them unravel. First it was co-op income. Then a month later, we unraveled and redid co-op 50/50. And then a month later, we've now launched Co-op Crowd. This is all part of that 5-year plan that is coming together right now. Perfect systems coming together right now when they are needed, when things are as bad as they've ever been in human history. We are now releasing Q, which is the cooperative universal income systems, which we didn't have when we're going to launch this the first time. And we've got our own wallet. So now we have these perfect systems. And it's funny, I saw Dr. Cat. I'm going to bring him out. Actually, come on out, Dr. Cat. I saw you up there. I don't see your hand up there anymore. Are you still there, Dr. Cat?
Yeah, I'm here.
Hey, how are you?
David, I'm here.
So
thank you very much.
Before you speak, so Dr. Cad is from Nigeria. He was in Abuja, and now he's gone to Lagos. He's a penthouser now, right? So he's in Lagos now. He was part of that first co-op crowd. He loved it then. Then for some reason we lost connection. We lost contact with each other. And oddly enough, listen, man, this is the way the universe works. He sends me a message two days ago, and then he sends me a video 2 days ago, and he is flipping through the PowerPoint presentation that I had made back 5 years ago, and I'm looking at it, he's going through page by page, and I think it was like 81 pages or something like that, because each page only had one line on it, but it was a powerful line, and I'm watching him open up and going through these pages of Co-op Crowd, and I'm thinking, wow, Dr. Cat, what's going on, man?
All right, David. I want to say thank you very much, and my greetings to each and everyone here. Can see the whole world is here, over 120 participants. This is awesome and amazing. Yeah, my humble self, Dr. Cardo Fori, DA, based in Lagos State now. I've get to know David since 2016. This is up to 10 good years. And of course, I benefited from it.
It's been great.
You like it? You like it? You can live here?
Sorry, unmute, Dr. Cad. Unmute, Dr. Cat. I muted you by mistake. Dr. Cat, you need to unmute.
All right.
There
All
you
right.
go.
Thank you.
All right.
Yeah. So what I want to say is that Coop Craft Fund is in a project that I benefited from it, my community, even through the government, because we took it over the 36 states in Nigeria. And of course, we have to beg David to make a registration with CAC. We registered it right in Nigeria, of course. So it is something that it really boom. I benefited, I can say. My little apartment or house I'm using, I bought the land through this project, and I built a house through this project. And before then, I have up to my 18 leaders that also bought a good car for themselves. So I don't want to say much. If you are here, you have not participated to this very noble project, I want to assure you that this is a new dimension and upgrade for you to participate. David, I said thank you very much for touching life, putting smiles in our face. I was amazed when you get connected to me on WhatsApp. I don't know, the whole day was just like a mirage to me. I burst into tears, tears of joy, and I'm happy you have recorded back to this program. And of course, it's something for the whole universe. Once again, thank you, David. Keep it up, and may the universe continue to guide you, protect you for your good health and your family, and once again, for each and everyone here.